Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 96 of this awesome, amazing Osu Let's Play series. In the last episode, I talked about note lock and finger lock and sort of explained what those are and some thoughts regarding them. And in this episode, I want to talk about dedication slash sort of work ethic, I guess, and how that ties into improvement, especially over a long period of time, and also in gaining rank over a long period of time. So this topic actually was suggested by someone named Coffee on Osu. Thank you, by the way, for suggesting this topic. And if you guys have suggestions for episode topics, please do leave them in the comment section. I do read all the comments on these videos. And before I get into this actual episode, I'd like to shout out, as usual, that I live stream every single day over at twitch.tv. So that will be linked in the description. But if you want to hang out with me or watch me play this game live or ask me questions, anything like that, please stop by, say hello. And also, bonus points if you tell me that you came from this Let's Play series. We'll be very, very happy to see you there. So, yes, let's get started. So, personally, my experience with gaining rank in this game is that it is a lot of work, okay? It is like really grindy. I've talked to some people about motivation and like playing this game recently, and they just talk about how like they want to play this game, but then like whenever they think about like sort of feeling pressured either by friends or something like that to gain rank, then it's so demotivating, and I completely get that. So yeah, real quick right now, huge respect to all the people that are really high ranked in the PP system, because not only do you need to like grind for like so long just on like 100 different songs of the same map, basically. That's basically what PP farming is. And on top of that, okay, so like it's one thing to have the skill to reach top 10, and then it's another to actually have the dedication to get there, because it is so much grinding, or really just like top anything. But I think really reaching the top is, I think, the biggest example of that, especially in a game that just doesn't delete scores at all. I think like if you do all that grinding like 4 years ago, all your scores are still going to be there, and someone's going to need to, grind past you still. Like, it's not like there's rank resets or anything in this game. So obviously if you're inactive for 4 years, then you're going to, like, I don't know, you'll be taken off the leaderboard until you become active again. But okay, still, right? Okay, point stands. Respect to all those people. And why does my volume sound so low? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay, my bad. Sorry. I was like, throughout that, I was like, it's a little quiet. Okay. Okay, you can do it. Okay, nice. Okay, so let's see. I think, as with anything, and this sort of ties into the idea of motivation, which I've definitely talked about in a previous episode. I'll have that linked in the top corner here. But basically, I think it takes a lot to like not okay, so there's this idea of mastery goals and performance goals, and it should be pretty self-explanatory, but basically your goal towards like improving. Basically, a mastery goal is about like actually being good at something, and performance goal is just about making it seem like you're good at something. And this is also somewhat ties into the idea of like kind of playing for ego that I discussed in, I think it was like 2 episodes ago, the episode about local scores. But yes, that will also be linked in the top right corner, and then these are all linked in the description as well. So yeah, I think those. Okay, yeah. Okay, so, sorry, like trying to figure out what I was talking about. So mastery and performance goals. So I think it's very easy to fall into, I guess, habits of my brain. Okay, gotta pick another map. Yeah, so I think playing for mastery or like training to actually be really good, like intrinsically, the main difference is that you sort of shy away from appearing like unskilled to other people when you're mostly playing for, I guess, social acceptance, kind of. or you have like competition with friends, like you don't want to make it seem like you are not skilled, because the whole point is, you know, sort of playing for the sake of performance. And if you're getting bad performances, then it's like, oh no, I'm not achieving my goal basically. But on the other hand, if you are, I guess, getting bad performances, but your goal is just to become a master, then obviously you're going to get bad performances, because that's just one step of the way in order to improve, right? Obviously. So yeah, if you're really interested in this topic, you can, it's something that you can Google if you're interested in mastery and performance goals. But I just thought I would share that idea with you guys. Oh, look at that slider. Oh my god, it's a little silly thingy. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so yeah, overall, I think, and this also somewhat ties into mindset, but like people tend to sort of neglect or underestimate the amount of dedication it actually takes to improve. A lot of people are like, okay, just give me the shortcut. Okay, give me the cheat code. Okay, let me watch all these Let's Play episodes, and then maybe he'll tell me the secret. And if the fact that there is no secret, if that fact is a secret in and of itself, then I guess you can stop watching these now, I guess, because I think that's your answer. But obviously, I mean, no discrediting the fact that I think learning from others is really, really powerful and can speed up the process of improvement, because then you don't have to spend so much time thinking of stuff for yourself. And that is sort of the whole reason why things like books exist in the first place. Like, why would we even communicate with each other if people could just figure things out on their own? So yes, with that, let me think. Yeah, okay, so I think dedication, especially like when motivation is not really there for you, and this is sort of the idea of like motivation versus discipline to some extent. I think if you want to improve in a short period of time, then you can just rely on motivation for the most part. Especially when you're a beginner, I think motivation is really, really strong. And motivation stays strong because each time you improve, you gain like, you improve like exponentially, because you go from like knowing 0 to like knowing 1 thing, right? Or like being able to play like from 1-star maps to 2-star maps, right? Really quickly. And this is also known as the Weber-Fechner effect. It's something I mentioned in a previous episode, but yeah, basically like improving from like level 5 to level 6. Okay, bad example, because I can't do math right now. Okay, leveling up from level 1 to level 2 is like twice the level, okay? But leveling up from like 90 to 91 is definitely not twice the level. It's a lot smaller, even though it's the same level, and it probably even took longer to level up that much from 90 to 91, right? But you just don't feel it that way. And I think if you're really relying on motivation, then you're not going to be able to achieve long-term goals. I think that's sort of, I'm reaching the point where like I feel like I've said stuff like this so much that it kind of feels like common sense, but you know, I still say it because I think you know, I mean, I had to learn this stuff at some point too, right? So yes, hopefully that is somewhat clear. And also, I feel like, okay, those of you who have heard me say this stuff multiple times, either through my live streams or other videos, you know, I think every time you hear it, it just gets a little more ingrained into your mental process. But yeah, overall, I think the sort of moral of this episode is to not neglect sort of the importance of work ethic when it comes to improvement, especially if you want to be really, really good. Not even at OSU, just at anything. It's going to take a lot more than motivation, I guess. And this also ties into, okay, so not just gaining rank in PP, but also those people who play for ranked score. I think the amount of dedication that takes, like you really need to have like some strong dedication to like what you're doing in order to stick with something enough to like reach the top, especially something that's as grindy as score farming, because that stuff That is crazy. Okay. And if you're interested, by the way, I did an interview on motivation with the current rank 1 sport player MomoHD. So that was over at OSU University. You guys can check that out. Highly recommended. I'll have that linked in the top right corner or in the description. But let's see. Okay. I'll sort of try to give some tips in my personal experience on like what has helped my motivation, I guess, or I guess my like what has kept me dedicated to the game. And I will say that there have definitely been times where like if I wasn't in any active tournaments, I definitely would have taken like a long time of like not playing this game, especially I think in I want to say like early 2020 or 2019. Like there were just some times where I was just not active outside of like I wouldn't play from like Monday to Thursday, and then like on Friday I'd be like, oh, I have a tournament match tomorrow. I guess I should probably touch this game, and I'm like super rusty, and then I'm like, okay, you know, I don't really care, and then the match comes, and I'm just like playing really poorly, or like my aim feels really off, and it's like, okay, yep, nice match, and then I just don't play again until the next weekend. But you know, this game is fun, guys. This game is awesome, but. Yeah, as usual, I think if you set goals, set clear goals, okay, I think that is really powerful for sort of understanding why you want to stick with something, and I think that really helps with staying dedicated and motivated. I think they're actually pretty similar. Actually, not really. The words are, I think, used very similarly, but definitely different connotation. I think motivation is something that's fleeting, or like being motivated is like a mental state or something. It's like being happy, like you're not just like straight up happy, right? It's like a state of being. Like I am currently happy or I'm currently sad. Like, I'm currently motivated. Like you can't really be a motivated person. I mean, you can be generally motivated, but I think that two different things. And I think you can generally be dedicated, or like someone who's like typically dedicated to the things that they do, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, oh, dude, Erison, this guy, this is the DT only legend. Okay, this guy's a beast. All right, anyway. Yes, I think mostly I just wanted to sort of emphasize the idea of dedication and its importance in, you know, definitely in like reaching the top of something, or really anything that you want to do. You have to how do I put this? You have to be dedicated, or like do something for a long period of time, and then also know what you're doing for like long enough to like, actually that's not even true. Sometimes, okay, you actually don't need to know what you're doing to get started at something, but you definitely need to know what you're doing in order to like keep yourself dedicated towards something for like a long period of time. And like at some point I think you'll have to like find ways to optimize efficiency in order to like stay dedicated to something without it feeling draining or like sort of diminishing returns with your time, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, just some random miscellaneous thoughts. Hopefully that was helpful for some of you. And yes, thanks again, Coffee, for suggesting this topic. If you guys have suggestions or topics like I mentioned before, please leave them in the comment section, and check out my channel. Also watch my other videos, and check out my live streams. I stream every single day. Would be very happy to hang out with you all. But with that, see you guys next time.